Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video we're working on our River Arts Cafe small business website. Now where we left off was just really in the introduction, and the only HTML I've taken care of was the basic head section really. The body contains nothing but a blank container. Now we need to keep in mind when we're working on a website, it's always good to have a plan, and in this case we have a nice visual aid for our plan. Here's what our finished website is going to look like. So we want to make sure that we kind of follow along. And it's a little bit easier on you if you just take things from top to bottom, or from the outside in, so to speak. So we've got the body of their page is one of the key elements, and then of course we're dealing with the container. And once we get that container, we can start knocking these things out one by one. Header with a nav menu and title, paragraph with some text and an image, large section here with an image, and then three smaller sections side by side, followed up by a footer. So not even really worried about styling in this particular video because we need to get the walls up before we can worry about paint and decoration. So let's work on the structure, the content of our web page. So I'm in the body section, and we know for a fact in the container there's a header. And this header contains really just a couple key elements. There's a navigation menu, and there's also a headline 1, and that headline 1 was River Arts Cafe. Now the navigation menu, depending on how you like to do it, most professional sites will use a navigation menu that's made up of an unordered list. So I think we should do that here. So that's opening and closing set of unordered list tags, and then there's going to be a series of list items with anchors. And I'm just going to do some dummy anchors at the moment, and just linking to a pound sign, that's fine. Okay, and we need to have a couple of these, so I'll just go ahead and do a little copy, paste. Okay, and your real site might also have links to your Facebook page, or maybe even a blog for that matter. So we've got our header content taken care of. And I'm not even worried about checking this out on the browser because we know there's really not much to look at. It's going to be a plain bulleted list and just a plain headline, black text on a white background, because there's no styling yet. Now after the header, we kind of go into this main content area, and might as well just call it main content. No need to get too fancy here with our names, and do my closing div. Now in this main content area, kind of remember what that site looks like. The main content has quite a bit of stuff actually. There is ultimately going to be a big background image on there, but there's a paragraph up at the top with some lorem ipsum text and a photo, or a photo and some lorem ipsum text. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So at the top of our main content, I do want to indent that. We've got a paragraph. I'm going to go ahead and classify this as main P for the main paragraph. Closing paragraph. And this is going to contain an image. And I'm going to give this image a particular class just so it's going to make it a little bit easier to format, especially for things like the mobile version and the print version when its styling changes quite a bit. And the images that I'm using, you can find a reference to those in the video description. They are from Flickr Creative Commons. And then we just need a generic paragraph in here. So we've got some lorem ipsum text, and that takes care of that. So that's our paragraph. Now after the paragraph, there's kind of a big space. You might think this is just an image inserted, but based on our directions, this image is actually a background image. And you might be able to just tell with this semi-transparent background color of this paragraph, you can kind of see through it. So the cafe is a big background image. And then after that, we have this other section down here with our promos, our 3 menu items. So for those, I'm going to make another set of divs here. And we can use either an ID or a class. I'll use a class this time. And these will be my promo items. And within these divs, we've got several key products. And we could use paragraphs for these, which is perfectly reasonable. You know, blocks of text. Certainly fine to use a paragraph. We could use divs. We could use an aside with these. We could have 3 asides, and each aside has a headline 2 and a paragraph. In fact, maybe I'll try that. So I'll go ahead and do an aside. And the aside will have a headline 2 with a little paragraph. Now I don't want that paragraph to be quite so long, so I think I'll shorten it down a bit here. And just need to finish off the aside. There we go. And we have 3 of these, so I could go ahead and copy, paste, and paste. And then, of course, our second item. You notice I put in the HTML entity for the ampersand. You could have just typed an ampersand there. It's just a habit of mine. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and put in the goat cheese. There we go. I think it's a reasonable start. We still need to tack on the footer, but that's going to be pretty easy. So I think in the next video we'll go ahead and finish off the footer, and then we can start doing some basic styling.